Good morning. In this session, we will be talking briefly about theories of motivation. I would like to try to introduce to you some of the basic, rather the fundamental aspects of each theory of motivation, which is very relevant and which will help you understand what will happen when somebody is getting motivated or not getting motivated. What are the various factors which are going to influence. Okay. So, broadly there are two types of theories, which are content theory and process theories. What constitutes what is there in that is called content theory, Maslow's theory, Alderfer's theory, Hertzberg's theory, McClelland's theory will come under the content theories. Process theories, equity theory, Vroom's expectancy theory, Porter-Lawler theory, they are coming under the process. What happens when a person is motivated? Okay. And there is intrinsic motivation, which is within the individuals. There is an extrinsic motivation, which is from outside the person, or the person who is living in an environment or a society. From there he will be getting the motivation, intrinsic and extrinsic. And theories of motivation can be broadly put under three categories. I will be explaining to you in detail about some of the theories. So, this slide is basically to help you understand the categorizations. Content theories and process theories, as I mentioned to you. Will also add one more theory, that is called contemporary theories. What factors affect motivation, how motivation works, what motivates. These are the three things in fact. When you talk about content theories, what motivates a person? Suppose you are seeing Hrithik Roshan, okay, the kind of stardom he is enjoying, and followed by Hrithik Roshan you will find Tiger Shroff. He has also taken the same route and he would like to experiment. He has learned martial arts, he has become more agile and his body is more flexible than Hrithik Roshan. Okay. So, what motivates him? I am just giving you a typical example. So, for Tiger Shroff, Hrithik Roshan motivates. Is it only Hrithik Roshan? No, Hrithik Roshan's body motivates. Is it only Hrithik Roshan's body? No. What Hrithik Roshan was not able to do also motivates Tiger Shroff. Tiger Shroff can do somersaults, whereas Hrithik Roshan will not be able to do. He is very cautious. He restricts himself to certain levels, whereas Tiger Shroff has excelled, and probably after some time, when it comes to maintaining the physique and having physical flexibility, Jackie Chan might motivate Tiger Shroff, the way Jackie Chan conducts himself in martial arts. Okay. So, these are all a content theory of motivation. Will be talking about this kind of issues. Process theories, how motivation works. Okay. When somebody is motivated, how that motivation influences that person to behave in a particular manner. Okay. You see several singers, okay, Indian Idol, having seen the kind of pomp and music and glory and the kind of press coverage and things like that, an aspirant will see that if I get Indian Idol, I might get chances to sing for some of the best production houses under best film directors. The process of seeing an Indian Idol culminating in becoming a wonderful playback singer is the process. Okay. And that is what the process theories will talk about, how motivation works eventually. What factors affect motivation is what contemporary theories are talking about. Okay. A cognitive dissonance, okay, then you will have self perception, cognitive evaluation, attribution of locus of control, internal locus of control or external locus of control, what is the self perception about what I can achieve, what others perception. Okay. These are all the various factors which talk about. I would like to give you a broader outlook that, remember, content theories talks about what motivates, process theories talks about how motivation works, contemporary theories talks about what factors affect the motivation. Okay. Let us shift to Maslow's hierarchy of individual needs, Maslow's theory. Okay. This Maslow's theory, if you go back, is a content theory. What contains in 5 levels. Okay. The first level is called physiological needs. Okay. Food, shelter, clothing, sex, all these things will come under the physiological needs. Then you will find safety and security needs. You got everything. You got your land, which is going to give you food grains consistently, which are going to last long. Okay. Your daily course are assured for 100 years to come. So, you can have excellent house, food, cloth, okay, everything else put together. Your energy needs are also met, which means your electricity needs, your fuel needs, everything put together. Okay. Then what is safety and security? Safety and security is that, will you be able to protect your land which you have given it on lease? What if the person who is doing the farming on lease claims ownership? Okay. Is your house really secured? Is your family members really secured? Okay. If you are living in a particular area where there is a threat of unrest, or there is a threat of drought where you will not get the water, there is a threat that sometimes politicians come, do some politics over there and divide the people over there. In the process of that politics, some people will become enemies to you, some people will become friends to you. There is a division in the society and things like that. So, these are all the safety and security aspects which will become needs. You want a safe and secure life. Okay. Will that stop? No, it will not stop there. Man wanted natural love and affection and belonging. He would like to see that I am happy with whatever love I get from my people, from my family, and I feel I belong to this village because this village has given me a ward membership. I contested in the village panchayat elections. I got elected as one of the ward members. I have a prospect to become the president of the panchayat. So, that is coming into self-esteem. Your love and belongingness give rise to self-esteem. Self-esteem in the sense you want to have some recognition in the society. You are not happy with what you have achieved as a ward member, getting elected as a ward member. You want to ensure that I become the president of the panchayat. Will that stop? It will not stop there. You would like to see that, okay, yes, I have been the panchayat president for 2 terms, 10 years, and later on you realized that this kind of a positional power is not going to help me. I would like to get into a more spiritual kind of an adventure. Thereby you start going to various pilgrimage centers and sought the directions from various gurus and found your guru, and you try to become a self-actualized person by under the guidance of a spiritual guru, and you feel that yes, this is where I wanted to eventually go. That is what the Maslow's hierarchy in a simple terms talk about it. Okay. Now understand shortcomings of this theory. The 5 levels proposed are too rigid that they fail to adjust according to the unstable environment of business and unstable characteristics of the employees. Okay. Sometimes the highest need might become job security. If I get job security, suppose if somebody says that is the ultimate which I wanted to achieve, because if I get a job security, I can happily retire, and after retirement whatever PF accruals are there, whatever pension I get, whatever other benefits I get, whatever interest I get from the FDs which I make, I will be able to lead a happy life. That is my ultimate goal. For that ultimate goal, what you require is job security. So, your security needs have become the ultimate goal. So, how do you fix that security need into safety and security kind of a second level? We never know that. So, that is what this theory loosely puts certain things in the various levels, but levels may vary. Many management thinkers have critically analyzed Maslow's theory by stating that the needs of human beings do not group in a similar manner as they are depicted in this theory. That is what. The theory proposes that once a human being attains one level, then that level no more serves as a source of motivation. Simple example. Suppose a person has got 10 acres of land, he is well off, he gets his food grains, he gets his pulses, he gets his vegetables, his livelihood is guaranteed. Will he be happy with that? Why people are acquiring more land? Why people are acquiring more money? If their physiological needs are satisfied, are they stopping from that? No, they are not stopping. They are acquiring. That is the reason it is very difficult to confine them in one particular level. What makes you feel good about your job, or what turns you on the job, is what Herzberg two-factor theory is going to talk about. When did you feel not so good about your job, or what turned you off from doing the job? Okay. These are the factors which are going to be captured in two-factor theory of Herzberg. Okay. Factors that were termed as motivators by Friedrich Herzberg: sense of achievement, work recognition, nature of work itself, responsibility associated with the work, probability of advancement, which means promotion, career growth, opportunity for the growth not necessarily in the career, growth in terms of having shares of the company. Okay. Okay, you have become a director, but will you be able to own as many shares as the other directors are able to achieve? Now, this kind of things which will be a factor for motivator. Okay. Herzberg theory talks about hygiene factors and motivating factors. Two-factor theory is nothing but these two things: hygiene factors and motivating factors. What are the hygiene factors? Suppose in my previous lessons I was talking about you have chosen rural management, BBA and rural management. When you go out of rural areas, move to urban areas, what may be the reasons? One of the reasons could be hygiene factors. I mean, you do not want to stay in the rural areas which are not having ergonomically built offices, posh offices, comfortable offices. You would like to go to a company which is offering you coffee shops, which has got playgrounds, okay, which has got indoor stadiums and things like that, or which offers you lush green lawns where you can relax, you can sometimes take your laptop and work under a shade of a tree in the park, okay, and this kind of things, and you can even swim in the swimming pool. So, what motivates a person to choose an urban life is different than what motivates a person to to remain in the rural condition. Okay. The hygiene factors might be one of the reasons. Okay. Hygiene factors also include working conditions, co-worker relations, policies and procedures of the organization, the quality of supervision. If always the boss is coming and supervising you, you do not like that. Okay. Then your very wage, your salary, if your salary is meeting more than what you require and you are able to save well and you are able to spend that amount for acquiring things, go to places and things like that, that is also one of the hygiene factors. And motivating factors, you will see your achievement, the recognition you get, the responsibility, increasing responsibility you get, your work itself is your job, motivating factor, because you are suppose you have become vice president of an agri business. Okay. You are becoming the head of one particular unit, it is called strategic business unit, SBU. So, you feel that you are having so many people reporting to you, working under you. Say for example, there are 1000 people working under you and you have got 6 or 7 C-suite persons reporting to you, then you feel very happy. You love your work, you love coming to the office, you love talking to the people and you love going to the colleges and giving pep talks, because you have achieved something, you are loving your own life. Okay. So, that is a motivating factor for you. It is not necessarily the kind of car the the college sends to you, or the bouquets or the mementos they give you. No more, because you want to somehow reach out to people and share what you have learnt, what you have achieved. That is where you get the kick. Okay. That is what it is, because at the end of the day, what motivates a person might be different from that of the others. So, sometimes people will get motivated by hygiene factors, sometimes by the motivating factors. Okay. As I mentioned to you, in the two factor theory, you have company policies and you have many other things which are really motivating you to stay with the company. If the boss is not happy with you, you will move. That is the reason the famous statement is that people do not leave organizations, people leave their bosses. There may be excellent organizations with lush green lawns, swimming pools, play areas, coffee shops, free food, okay, and various other annual gifts you get-togethers, festivities, what not. But still, why people leave? People leave because their boss, they are not happy with the boss. Every day they have to look at their boss, so which they do not like. Okay. So, the theory was coined based on the limited scope of 200 engineers. This Hedgeberg's two-factor theory has got some limitations. What are the limitations? Because the sample size is only 200 engineers. So, researchers doubt that whether the implications can be generalized for the entire population in the country in which he has done that, or in the world. It is human nature that when one is satisfied, then they attribute the cause of dissatisfaction to themselves, and then they are dissatisfied, they try to fault with the external environment. Okay. Thus, ego defense mechanism plays when people state that they are satisfied or dissatisfied. There is nothing like 100% satisfied person in this world. The only one person who is Nitya Santoshi is the Lord, because Lord has got one particular auspicious quality called Swaramanatvam, meaning he himself is the cause for the bliss he enjoys. No other factors are the reason for him to be very happy. Nityananda. And you see Jnananandamayam Devam, this is how the entire Shrutis will be extolling him. Anandanamakam, his name is Ananda and he looks Ananda. That is the reason in Tirupati when you go to Sanctum Sanctorum, that is called Ananda Nilaya, because the God resides there with bliss. and he gives bliss to the people who looks at him, which means he is the source of the bliss, and he himself is the bliss. So there is nothing like a person called God that you can see in the human beings. There is an element of dissatisfaction in all the human beings. Though he is a president of America, okay, Trump, do you think Trump is 100% happy with what he is? No, absolutely. Do you think Modi is happy with 2 terms? No. He would like to aspire to become the Prime Minister 3rd time. He would like to remain as the Prime Minister, die as a Prime Minister, what not? Yes, because there is no end to the satisfaction for the human beings. Human beings are absolutely not having the jnana of what is the real bliss. Let us now go to McGregor's theory X and theory Y. Very interesting theory. This theory is having different spheres, because one sphere is attitude, other sphere is direction, and the third sphere is responsibility, the fourth sphere is motivation, and the fifth sphere is creativity. How theory X and theory Y interfere or intervene and collaborate with the spheres. Let us now understand that. In a broader concept, theory X management, authoritarian, repressive style, tight control, no development, produces limited, depressed culture. That is theory X, which means pre-industrial era. You can see that you will find in the famous comedian Charles Chaplin. Chaplin is a representative of an industrial era where man is seen as a cog in the mission. He is a part of the machinery. He is no different from the mission. He can just work less like that. So that is how theory X is coming out. Theory Y, it is liberating, developmental, control, achievement and continuous improvement achieved by enabling, empowering, giving responsibility. There is an element of control, but that control is facilitating factor, not a hindering factor. That is what you must understand. Theory X and theory Y are different in 2 ways. Theory X says dislike work. People find it very boring. Given a chance, they will avoid. See, in the rural setup, you will find this kind of theory X, because people are not inspirational, motivational, people will be routine, so they don't enjoy the kind of work they do, they dislike work. In a typical rural branch of a bank, you will find the work is boring, but that very work can be made inspiring, provided you have a different attitude. That is the reason the sphere in this case is the attitude. How do you visualize your work? Okay. Theory Y people feel that I need to work. I need to work interestingly. I need to enjoy my work. A rural branch head of a bank will enjoy the work. You will say that I had enough of urban pollution. I will enjoy nature's pristine quality of food that I get, vegetables that I get. I will go to the lake in the evening. I will spend some time. I will go for the morning walks into the fields. I will mingle with the farmers. I will learn how to do a farming and things like that, and I will grow in my kitchen yard organic vegetables. You can enjoy that. Whereas if he is thoroughly an urbanized individual, he will hate. One day he might understand and he might enjoy, second day boring. So what is the direction? Theory X people would like to be forced, coerced, and they will be compelled to comply to do the work. You will find theory X bosses, they control, where theory Y people direct themselves to achieve a target. Theory Y people need to be directed and they try to avoid, given a chance, the responsibility. But theory Y people take self responsibility. They love self responsibility. Motivation for theory X people is fear. If I don't do the work, I don't get the salary. So I have to better do the work. So they compulsorily do the work without putting their mind into it. But theory Y people, they have a self-directed and they compete with themselves. Suppose they have produced 2 units, they would like to contribute further and produce 3 units. Their competitor is their own self. When it comes to creativity, very less creativity you will find in theory X people, because they are always wanted to be coerced, directed, controlled, complied with, this kind of things. So where can you find the creativity? Except certain places where out of a blue there may be some people who express some sort of creativity just to get the the recognition of the boss, but that is short lived. But here in theory Y, people are very creative, because the very existence of the people who believe in theory Y management is that I have the life and I must enjoy my life. Okay. So the entire orientation towards life work vary. Porter and Lawler, they have given a theory, it is called expectancy theory. Let us understand this theory in a broader way. This model proposed by Porter and Lawler comprises of many variables, and the model suggests that the behavior of an individual is governed by amalgamation of various factors, which means a collaborative influence of various factors which influence the individual when he is operating in a particular environment. Okay? Which means individual performs certain tasks based on the influences he get through a variety of factors. Individuals react in a cognitive manner while displaying their behavior in the organization. Cognitive manner in the sense, in a manner which is showing their behavior, okay, in a very obvious manner, their satisfaction, their dissatisfaction, their doubt, their clarity, everything you will be able to see in their faces. And this model also recognizes the fact that every human being possesses a different set of needs and wants. My need is different, your need is different. You may wonder, we all have chosen BBA RM, so all our needs are same. So no, all your needs are not same, because you have chosen because of your own unique needs. Okay? And yes, there may be one common need. The common need can be completing the BBA and rural management. That may be a common need. After completing what? May vary. Every individual behaves in a particular manner in the organizational setting, and the basis of his behavior is the expectations that he has from the organization. His behavior ultimately aims to the desired outcome. Suppose a person joined a company, a first job he is doing it, and his goal is to do better things in the first job itself. Within 2 years he would like to get the promotion. How does he behave? He behaves in a manner which is enabling him to get the promotion. So everything is directed towards getting the promotion. That is his ultimate goal. Okay? Let us now understand this model in a much better manner. Person will have a particular assessment of what is the reward which I get if I behave in a particular manner. Okay? What is the quantum of work I have to do to get the reward? Which means, if I do this kind of a work, there is a probability that I will get the reward. But if the reward you value much, so much, your efforts sometimes may exceed. Okay? You put an effort, you have your internal assessment of your ability to give an effort, okay, and you know, you have your own perception of the tasks required to achieve your promotion in 2 years. You joined as a management trainee, you want to get the promotion within 2 years. Of course, you will get confirmation after completion of your management traineeship. You will be confirmed as, say for example, a junior officer, but you want to get your promotion in 2 years, which means after becoming confirmed as a junior officer, you want to get the promotion in 1 year itself, which is a very probable promotion, provided if you put in efforts. There may be possibilities that people may not get promotion after 1 year. They may have to stay in the junior officer cadre for 2 years, then they may get promotion. But your intention is to get the promotion within 1 year. So, how do you behave yourself? So, you have to assess what is your level of understanding, and you have to motivate yourself. And when you are motivating yourself to provide a kind of motivation to do a job in a much better manner, and your reporting officer is recognizing that timely and putting you in a very good position, encouraging you, giving a pat on your back quite often, you are doing very well. Okay, this kind of things will give you so much of motivation, and you may exceed doing that one. And maybe after 1 year, you will be directly promoted as a junior officer, senior officer. You may get senior officer because of your commitment and passion. So, all this depends upon your own assessment, your internal motivational level, and the kind of encouragement you get from your reporting officer. Suppose you are putting all your efforts, your reporting officer is not acknowledging, what will happen? You continue to put it? No, you will not be able to, because you are not getting acknowledged. There is no feedback from your boss that you are doing well, or whatever you are doing well may not be liking of your boss. Your boss may be taking it as a casual. These guys will have to work like that. So, there may be occasions where you have been putting efforts, but you are not getting recognized. So, your external factors are not compatible to your kind of motivation. So, the critical efforts that you make are the critical components of your motivation. Efforts refer to the extent of strength employee employs on a particular task. The intensity of efforts employed is depending upon two factors: perceived value of the reward, which means if you get a promotion within 2 years of joining as a management trainee, your CV will have a different weightage. People will feel really wanted you, and even if you apply for a job, you will be a hot cake. People will garland you because you have proved yourself within 1 year. So, there is a possibility that you can prove in the new job also in no time, and you can grow. Okay? Expected probability that the employed effort will lead to desired reward. These are the things which will make your effort more rewarding, your performance. As depicted in the model, there is a direct relationship between the efforts put in and the performance displayed. Your performance is nothing but your efforts only. You will be putting your efforts coupled with your behavior. Okay? You behave, you put your effort. Suppose you are putting your effort and your behavior is showing that you are not happy, then that effort is not going to be your performance. It is merely an effort. Performance is coupled with behavior. Your behavior shows that you are committed, passionate about doing that thing, and people will recognize you, people will feel happy with you, and people would like to give you more rewards and recognition. And the third one is satisfaction, which means in the Porter and Lawler model, the three things are very important: effort, performance and satisfaction. So, this is how you have to understand the motivational theories, because at the end of the day, as mentioned in the beginning itself, you are the motivator for yourself. Nobody can motivate you. Yes, can motivate you until and unless you try to be getting motivated. You chose to be motivated. It's only then you get motivated. So, remember that the trigger for getting motivation is lying within you. All the best to you. Keep getting motivated.